All right, here we go. Here we go. IT Organic, IT Organic 1804, and the IT Organic Experience. Today we are doing the experience. So I'm going to put out a couple theories, and you tell me what you think. Don't forget to follow all of the TikTok, Instagram, YouTubes. Find me and follow me and share the content. So this guy right here, I never really cared much for him, man. I remember one of my people's. Well, shouts out to Jackson because this is from his side. This guy, he was from the South, okay, and he's basically from an area that a friend of mine. His family's from that area, and it's like maybe a year after the death of the president, or maybe it was last year, so maybe that'd be 2 years. Yeah, he was so heavy with like campaigning all of a sudden. He was all over the place, campaigning in the states. So when his name came up as a suspect, I was I actually agreed with it. You know, I agree with that because he flip flops way too much. And that's really a problem for me. So he was acting prime minister. Well, first of all, let's go to Wikipedia. Let's see. Claude Joseph, Haitian politician, served as Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Worship from March 4, 2020 to November 24th, 2021. And that's when Jovenel Moise needed a prime minister, and he took over that role from April 14, 2021 to July 20th, 2021. He basically stayed in power for like another week or two after Jovenel was killed. Kept on claiming like everything is under control. And I was watching him. I was watching him just to see. But when he left the power, he left the seat and gave it to Ariel, I had an issue. I had an issue because Ariel was already, as soon as the next day, he was already like, his name was circulating in the streets, that he knew this was going to happen. Because he was supposed to get what is that, a certificate, or what is that mandate they have to give him? So President Jovenel Moise had a document he had to give to him. And basically, Ariel said, you know what, hold that thought. Let's do it in a couple of days. Let's not do it tomorrow or something like that. And then, of course, Jovenel is killed. Claude Joseph, you may not know this, but him and Ariel, they have something in common. They both supported the coup d'état, or the coup d'état of Aristide back when we was 2004. This is when we was going to celebrate our bicentennial celebration. And sadly, many people who, even though Aristide is not an angel himself, right? But it's like we removed one problem and then just went on to another problem. It's like the problems don't stop in IT. It's just continuing problem. And it's like you never have a leader that's really trying to nip it in the butt. Aristide, when he took power and he had the first coup d'etat, he came back with the Clintons, and he was just a different person. He removed the military. These are hundreds of thousands of people that were working that lost their jobs, lost pension. So A lot of the ex-military guys do not like Aristide. So, so the coup d'état, some people might agree with, what happened, and some might not. Yeah, we're back. So, back to these two musketeers, they have a very, very like close relationship. So, how is it the person that is involved or a suspect in the president's assassination, you guys go way back? Is there anything that you knew? Like I said, I always felt that it was so weird that he just stepped aside, right? I understand the international community, they probably forced his hand, you know, but if if you fold your cards, right? This is for everyone that plays poker that's listening. If you fold, that's it. It don't matter what cards I had. I bluffed you out of your position, and that's it. And he got tricked out of his position. So I lost a lot of respect for him. You know, I lost a lot of respect for him. And today, I mean, if you are listening to the local media in Haiti, in Haiti, you will realize that these guys, well, not them in particular, but Claude Joseph and the new prime minister, right, Gary Conille, they got a little issue. They got a little beef right now. They have a little issue right now. And basically they said that they're arguing. They were arguing at what's this guy's name? The doctor, Jean Gilles, right? Dr. Jean Gilles, the Lavalas guy. They here having a big old argument at Dr. Jean Gilles' house. Everyone was there, Moïse Jean Charles was there. Other members of the cabinet was there, and it said that it became like a shouting match. You know what I'm saying? And they start cursing each other back and forth. Mind you, I don't think Claude Joseph has any kind of, what's his title right now? Because he's not a prime minister. They said that this girl, Dominique Dupure, she was probably nominated by him, to like get her in the diplomacy. But what's his title? He has no power. How dare he basically curse and screams at Gary and then kind of threatens him low key because he's like, hey, I've removed presidents before, with more, you could say, power, popularity than you. Like, you ain't nothing, fighting words. And then they said that guy, Conille, who, he does come across like a very soft guy, gentle pussycat, just like Claude Joseph, But with Claude Joseph, it feels so fake. You know what I mean? Like when Guy Conille doing it, it's cool, I believe that's his character. He's a soft-spoken dude. Don't step on his foot, and he won't shoot you in the head, But in regards to this guy, Claude, I don't know, man. I really don't know how I feel about it. So, you could say that he would be a perfect candidate for a puppet, right? Just how everyone's saying Guy Conille is a puppet. Ariel Henry was a puppet. He went to NYU, I believe. What is it called? He holds a doctorate in public policy from the New School in New York City. I never heard about that. He was awarded full merit scholarship as well as the leader, as well as the Isidore Lubin Fellowship, and worked as a university professor at University of Connecticut and Long Island University. So he's not an idiot. He's a smart young man, born in 1980. He's 3 years older than me, so he's 44. Um, but sometimes they say, your intelligence can your intelligence can either make you or it could break you. You can make some errors thinking you're smarter than everybody in the room. And sometimes you're the dumbest and you're the weakest link. So I want to get into uh, why would this guy Claude Joseph, even talk or even feel that he has the, enough guts to talk to an acting prime minister like that. And the reason is because Gary Conille, he's being very like modest. He's trying to do things the right way. He's trying not to be like his father. All right, you guys go and Google Gary Conille's father, Serge, Dr. Serge, who was a Duvalierist, who had a lot of love, admiration for our guy Francois Duvalier, President Francois Duvalier. So I feel as if that a lot of these people, they must think that Guy Conille is just like some pushover. You know, he's a pushover. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. He's a pushover. Let's just do whatever the hell we want and keep it moving. And you see, as soon as he decides to bite back, as soon as he does anything, you're gonna hear he's a dictator. He's collecting political prisoners and all this bullshit, man. So me personally, I'd like to see Gary get his fangs out, man. Let the youth understand what he knows. What did he learn under President Font? So I I'm real serious when I say that the Prime Minister Gary Conille, he should basically take out the fangs. He should be a little bit more aggressive, assertive, aggressive. It's about that time, because if not, all of these fake. I was about to cuss, but they're just going to set him up to be another Jovenel Moise. And look at this, shaking his hand, acting like he's his friend. You know. Meanwhile, now, with you guys remember when the first lady came back to the country and she was shaking, the guy's hand, Claude Joseph's hand. I always felt like she was shaking his hand in a way to be like, man, I don't trust you, bro. That's just my personal opinion. And of course, fast forward today, she has nothing to do with Claude Joseph. She doesn't even deal with him. So I think that should say something, right? Now, anyone that's going to come and be president of this country, man, you got to just study the history. You got to study the history, the people. You got to study all of the presidents who were killed. Okay, everyone who was, killed in office. I think Jovenel is the fifth president killed in office, and you got to see what errors were made. I mean, of course, they tried Francois Duvalier, but it didn't work. They tried to get him. Yeah, so they put. I don't really agree with Martine Moise being placed as a suspect. I do think maybe she knows something she's not saying because it might make her look crazy. You understand? Because Jovenel and Martine look like maybe there was a little bit issues before he died. Marital stuff. So, but I don't think she put the money down and did this. No. Now, Claude Joseph, I feel like he knows something. You know what I'm saying? How long did he know the plot to murder? I don't know, but I just feel like he knows something, and I don't trust him. Simple as that. Him and Ariel, there they are, shaking hands. They go back ever since 2004 when they did the coup d'état on President Aristide. they were part of Group 184. You guys know Group 184 and the op-ed, Charles Becker, the bourgeoisie mixed with, members of the political class, social economics, religious class. Everybody came together, right? Because everybody was trying to get a piece of the pie. And I'm not caping for Aristide because, like I said, he removed the military, which brought us to where we are today with all these issues and problems. But this sucker right here, I just don't trust his face. I don't like his face. What Kendrick say? I hate the way you look. I hate the way you walk. It's one of them Kendrick things, man. He tries so hard to be a perfect looking politician, but when he was supposed to really play politics, he didn't. Even though the international community was forcing him to, step down, he could have switched it up because the power was in his hand. Once the power was in your hand, you were ahead of the game. Yeah, they might try to kill you, but I mean, you stepped into the arena of politics. Politics is very, very evil, ladies and gentlemen. Politics is good too, but politics has a very dark side to it. Many of the people many of these ministers, like what's the other guy's name, Joseph Jout, who was the prime minister before Claude Joseph. A lot of these guys had some intel. They knew something was going to happen, and they kind of just stepped aside and let it happen. Okay, so Claude Joseph, that was his connection with Ariel. Okay, they went back to 2004, and they all were basically part of Group 184. Okay, so what's going on today? I said earlier that he disrespected the prime minister. This is what all the reports are saying. Sometimes the local media, they're just doing a little bit of gossip. But once everyone's picking it up, you got to see if there's any truth to it. Right now, all these politicians around Guy Conil, even though they know that the international community sent him down there, right? And what is the objective? To bring back law and order, prepare elections. You have to prepare the areas so you can have elections and all that. So all these politicians next to him, like Jout and Claude Joseph over here, see him doing his politicking. He loves the camera too, this guy. And we can't have leaders like that anymore. Like, he is a typical politician. Like, the way politics is done in Haiti, he's the typical thing. He's acting like he's against the oligarchs and this and that. And meanwhile, he's defending them. So let's get to this argument. All right, how much time we got here? 6, 7. We got like 10 minutes, man. Let's bust it out. So basically, all the local reports in Haiti is saying that there was a meeting, and Claude Joseph was invited. I don't know why, but I guess he still has some kind of political power, so he's around. Cool. Matter of fact, many people that was probably involved or know some information about Jovenel's assassination is still currently here in this cabinet, right, with Guy Conil, and they're watching him. They're watching Gary like a hawk, so as soon as he make a mistake, they can do what they got to do. And Gary got to come out with his fangs, man. He really, really does. So the argument started like this. There is first of all, you have the committee that they're forming for elections. Everybody wants to make sure they have their person in the committee. Okay? Why? So they can cheat and do all the bullshit that they do. Now, this little munchkin, Claude Joseph, he's arguing and he's cussing out the prime minister in front of witnesses, in front of other people. Mind you, I just thought about that. Jovenel Moïse, okay, there was someone that they alleged, his name is Stéphane Coles, but it's alleged, right? Because Stefan Coles is out. He was not arrested. His family is one of the wealthiest families in the country, right? One of the wealthiest people in the country. So it's all hearsay, right? Because he was questioned about it and he was sent home. But it is said by witnesses that Stefan Coles threatened President Moise in front of others. Now, what would you have done if you was Jovenel Moise? I mean, first of all, I wouldn't even accept him to come inside my office. If I know he's an op and he's an enemy, the only reason I'm letting him come in is because I'm going to get him afterwards. You understand? Because all these guys are human. When we're talking about the oligarchs and the people that hold the financial currency, they hold, they're doing speculative trading with the currency. They hold the goods, they hold the dollars, to the point where Citibank, which is another thief, right? They stole what? How much? Was it $500 million worth of gold? How much did Citibank steal from us? I forgot. Put in the comments. But even they was like, man, let's get out of here, because the oligarchs in Haiti, the wealthy elites that controls like the private sector. If you control the private sector in a country like that, you also control the political sector, because you have to make sure whoever is in charge of the shipping yards, in charge of the banks, they have to have control of that. So, my bad, I'm all over the place. Hey, y'all know Gemini syndrome, so just bear with me. Let's get back to the meeting. So, Claude Joseph starts cussing, arguing with Guy Conil, because basically they're trying to see if they can come up with new members of the bank, like a committee. And I guess this bank, because the wealthy elites, they invest in all of the banks as well. They invest in all of the banks. Now they're trying to take the bank and make it invest in a hotel. I don't know which hotel it is. They didn't say the name, but I guess it's one of the hotels in PV, in Pensionville. Okay, it could be Kinam. It could be, Best Western closed down. It can be what's that other hotel that the guy had? Jimmy Tajir. Damn, I stayed at that hotel before. Anyway, it was a Haitian hotel. But anyway, so basically, Guy Conil, he tells Claude Joseph that, everyone that's in this board, they're good. We don't need to make no changes. And he's like, no, we have to. These people are corrupt. Guy Conil's like, no, I don't think so. And then argument just sparks off. You know what I'm saying? The argument just sparks off. And he basically tells Guy Conil, he said, look, man, I have basically removed presidents before. Now, you can take it two ways when he says that, because is he talking about Jovenel Moïse assassination, or is he talking about the fact back in 2004, he was with Group 184, and they was, doing what they do. Hold on, get some water. Yeah, so as he threatens the prime minister basically just cuss him out. Like, man, get the hell out of here. You ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people say he said, "Can I get mine?" Like, cursed his mama, like, go fuck your mother. It got really, really crazy. They said also, because they were in a room, right? So they're in a room at Dr. Jean-Gilles' home, and Dr. Jean-Gilles is Lavalas. A lot of Lavalas people here. You got Lavalas, and then you have the people that was across from Lavalas. They're there, PHTK, and you have, the elites, the corrupt elites. They're basically on both sides of the chessboard. They're playing both angles, because the oligarchs, their money is supposed to be talking. Now, I don't know if this is true, but you guys tell me. This is something I heard, that like the oligarchs, right? You know, a lot of the wealthy elites that we have in Haiti right now, they are they're not from like the, I guess, the foundational bourgeoisie class that was here during the 1700s and early to mid 1800s, because towards the, yeah, I was right, late 1800s, the 1880s is what they put. That's when the first group of Lebanese were coming in, fleeing civil war in the Middle East. They were basically, most of them were on their way to the United States, but some of them landed in Jamaica, some of them went to Trinidad, some of them went to Haiti. You know, these were, you know, during the late 1800s, all of these islands were still kind of, you know, popping. Business was good. So when we're talking about the elites today, the wealthy elites, a lot of them is, you know, from the descendants of these Arabs. And they're trying to make sure that they have control of the banks. They want to make sure that certain things remain in their favor. And Guy Conil sees the game. He sees what's going on. So basically, he was like, no. And they start arguing. It's alleged hands was, you know, slaps and fists was thrown. You know, mind you, you're like wondering, where's the security for Guy Conil? But if they're in another, like, private space with a few people, you know, no security, you know, they're talking about some real secretive things, then of course, you know, that could happen. But again, I never trusted this guy, Claude Joseph. You tell me what you think. You tell me what you think, man. Do you feel like maybe I'm just seeing too much into it? Or is Claude Joseph another enemy trying to set up Guy Conil for, you know, gunshot to the back of the head or some kind of treasonous act? I believe Guy Conil should have arrested him right there, because he ain't got no power. He can't do nothing. He threatened an acting prime minister, put his ass in jail. But he's still trying to, you know. Guy Conil has to understand something. If he can take care of this insecurities with the gangs, the population is already going to be on his coattail. Then he takes care of the gas situation. He takes care of the currency manipulation, that I'll probably do another video on that. That's heavy. That's one of the reasons why Haiti stays poor. Because you have a small group of people that's betting under and over the currency, both the US dollar, the euro, the Haitian goods. You know, before I go, I have to always repeat this, man. Guy Conil, his father, Serge, was a member of, you know, the National Party unity group, right? So he must have learned a thing or two in regards to politics when it comes to his father, Serge Conil, and his father's role model, Dr. Francois Duvalier. Okay? So I feel like he got to switch it up. Stop being nice with these people. Jovenel was trying to be nice, and they decapitated him. Okay? Decapitated him. And if you are Haitian or Haitian descent, you should feel some kind of way about that. Some kind of anger or something. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the content, enjoyed, you know, what we were talking about. IIT Organic. That's where you'll find me on the YouTube, on the Instagram, TikTok. I had to switch it up, so it's IIT Organic 1804, and on YouTube, IIT Organic, like I said before. We're gonna see. We try to switch it up from time to time, come with new things, and see how you guys enjoy the content. So leave a thumbs up or thumbs down. Please share, like, follow, subscribe, and tell all your folks about IIT Organic. And also tell me, do you guys trust Claude Joseph? Seriously. I know you might say you don't trust none of them, but I'm going to give Guy Conil the benefit of the doubt. Let's see.